Good day guys, Michael here from Fraser Lawn Coring. As promised, we do a final summary on the Husqvarna RC318T. But first of all, happy Mother's Day for all the mothers, and I hope everybody spoiled their mother because they deserve it. So our final summary on the Husqvarna is that the machine, first of all, due to all the messages I got, is not a commercial machine. It is aimed for people with a large block, sort of from half an acre and bigger. And it still can be used in a smaller yard, as we demonstrated in some of our videos, due to its agility with the articulated steering and very small turning circle. It can do the job in a smaller yard, but why would you buy a big machine like that if you only have a small yard? But it can be used in both ways. Now the deck by itself on that particular machine, which by the way was a prototype, it's not the end result, so that is why we got to review it, is that it is a patented system with the anti-clock system and the auger, and it has, instead of two big blades, it has a third blade right in the middle, so we don't get windrows and mohawks, and it does a very superior job in both collecting as well as in mulching, with very little clippings visible on top of the lawn. So it works very, very well. The hopper by itself is around a 400 litre capacity, and with the auger system it not just pushes it in but also it compacts it really, really heavily, so you get quite a long run before emptying. If the grass is not too high and cut at regular intervals, it does a really good job. The only downside we could see with the hopper is that it is operated via a push button, and it just lifts up and dumps it on the ground. If you want to bag it, then it becomes a little bit incumbent, and but it's doable as we tried it. Or the same if you want to put it into a trailer and dump it into there, but then you have to shovel it off when you take it to the tip. But it is doable and just a little bit incumbent. We think that the machine by itself can do with some improvements, as in it definitely would be beneficial if you would buy it in a four-wheel drive, and it will come in a two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive version. We tried it on on a little bit of a hilly country where we lost a bit of traction, which was done early in the morning, and it was a little bit wet, but that is to be expected. But in a four-wheel drive version you could get around that. We also think that either the ref range is a little bit too low on the blades, and maybe the auger when you go into some overgrown lawns, as you have to slow down and the machine starts to struggle a little bit. But it could be, you could overcome that by upping the ref range or the gearing on the blades and the auger to accommodate for that. Operation of the machine is quite easy and intuitive. The digital display to engage the auger and the warning lights can sometimes be a little bit hard to see when you're in direct sunlight, being digital, and there is no cover or shielding over it, so it can be difficult, and sometimes you have to move your hand over a little bit so you can see if the lights are on or not. And it takes a little bit of time to get used to the articulated steering. It is a cable steer, and it's quite easily to oversteer. If that would be a hydraulic assist, would also help, but you can get used to it. It took me a couple of hours and I had the hang of it, but the first couple of times I struggled in when to react to what, because it is quite challenging. So all in all, I think the machine is well built for the purpose it is designed for, as in large block owners, and it does a superior job. And if you have a dedicated area where you can dump your clippings, it'll be the machine for you. Having said that, I'm not sure what the end result will be when it finally be released, but as a prototype I think it done a really good job, and it will fill a spot in the market where there is not much option. Price wise, I don't know the prices exactly, but I've been told it will be between the 10 and 12 grand mark, somewhere around there. So I think it will fall quite well within the market. So we hope you enjoyed our series of videos on the machine and with what we had to say, and we hope to see you again when we do our next series of whatever comes our way. So have a happy Mother's Day and see you all next time. Thank you.